What up, folks? It's I, the 25 Kid, aka I Am Ever Changing Spidey, aka the Omni Geek High Lord of the Bronx. How are you, High Lords and Ladies, doing this fine afternoon? And this week is WWE Summerslam weekend, folks. We have hit it. We are finally here. This Saturday and Sunday will be WWE NXT Takeover in Brooklyn, as well as WWE SummerSlam 2017. So let's get started with first NXT in Brooklyn. We're gonna work our way up. We're gonna go from down bottom to the top, as we always do. We'll start off with Brooklyn first, and then with SummerSlam. So this will be at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. I will be there for the show. Also, just as a quick plug, this Saturday will be before, during the night of the event, NXT Takeover in Brooklyn. Sorry to be tongue-tied for a second, but yeah, the Solid Monster will be holding a sound off meetup not far from the Barclays Center. It's actually down the street somewhere, like far away. I think it's the Viking or Legends Bar. I'm not so sure, but if he told you from his last week's podcast, you already got it. Follow him on Facebook as well and Twitter. Also, I will be at NXT Takeover in Brooklyn this Saturday. This will be my second year in a row going. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go next year. We'll see as time progresses. So let's get started with NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn, as I said before. So the match I think that's going to start off first is Johnny Gargano versus Andre Almas, formerly known as La Sombra, and he's going to be with Zelina Vega, Mrs. Austin Aries, soon to be. I think this is going to be a solid opener, a kickoff to the show. Since Johnny Gargano is now a singles competitor, and that his former tag team partner, now enemy, Tommaso Ciampa, is out due to injury and won't be back for next year. So the storyline is basically on hold for a little while. So this is just Johnny Wrestling going to be playing with Mr. Almas for a while. This is going to be a solid opener. Give these guys a good couple of minutes. They're going to do great. Johnny Wrestling all the way. Can't wait to see Johnny Gargano, my first time seeing him. The next match I think is going to happen is the tag team title match between the Authors of Pain versus two members of Sanity, Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. Now, I haven't really seen as much as NXT, I forgot to mention. But the Authors of Pain I've seen before. They're monster. And it's kind of sad that this is where the NXT tag team division has gone. I mean, at least with the women's, they're actually building it up. Main event is like basically so. So you got the Street Profits. The Street Profits, they're going to get over at some point. I feel like that dude with the red cup is annoying as hell. But furthermore, I would say that I think either Sanity will win, because I think they need a win at this point, because Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane, pretty tough guys. Like I said, I haven't been watching these too much. I don't know really much of these guys, but yeah, this is going to be pretty much a good tag team match. The next match is going to be match 1 or 2 of the night, and that is Aleister Black, aka Tommy End, versus Hideo Itami. This feud has kicked off well. I really like how Aleister Black really knocked the hell out of Hideo Itami with that kick. So I think these guys are going to be kicking, punching, throwing kicks everywhere. It's going to be sort of like some type of super kick party. Sorry, Young Bucks. But yeah, this is... I think Aleister Black should get the win. He's still a new guy. Hideo Itami, I really feel bad for him after being injured for not once but twice, and also just him kind of floundering around in NXT. I mean, he should be in the main roster now, but having him in NXT is better because it suits him a lot well, in a sense where, he could be there. NXT champion for sure. I mean, but right now, it's all depending on how he does right now in the ring. I know he's good in the ring. It's just that we can't have any injuries or botches at this point with this guy, because I feel like WWE is at this point about to pull the trigger on him and say, go back to Japan, but I don't want him to do that. So, the next match, which I'm looking forward to other than Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami, is of course Asuka versus Ember Moon. The match that we all been waiting for. I think this is the rematch, if I'm not mistaken. But, Ember Moon's been out with an injury for quite some time. She got back out of injury, and now it's a debate for all of us whether Asuka should continue her reign. She made 500-day reign as the NXT Women's Champion. Holy hell, that is amazing. They wouldn't give Shinsuke Nakamura that type of title reign. They wouldn't give a black dude a title reign. But sure as hell, for Asuka, she's good in the ring. The question is whether she drop it to Ember Moon, or whether she keeps it going until she gets to the main roster, or even holding into the main roster. I would say this is the perfect end for Asuka to drop the belt, because Ember Moon, I know at some point she will get a main roster run, and that's what fears me, is that if Ember Moon loses and then she wins more matches or whatever and then she gets called up, it wouldn't make any sense, because we know she's ready. Is the main roster ready for her, is what I'm saying. Are they going to screw up? 9 times out of 10, yes, they're going to screw up. Is she going to stay strong? I want that. Yeah, she's going to be strong. So, Ember Moon for the win, in my opinion. She needs it. And plus, Asuka, she's hit a milestone. That's good for her. And then we get to the main event. The main event in question. And that is Bobby Roode defending the title against Drew McIntyre. So this feud between Bobby Roode and good old Mr. Ring of Honor himself, Roderick Strong, has hit to an all-time high. And the thing is, I really want to see, Roddy versus Bobby, because it makes sense. Because he got in his face. I'm talking about Bobby. He got into his face, disrespected him in front of his wife, disrespected him in front of his kid. All these attacks, all these nonsense. I want to see this main event. And this main event kind of makes sense because it's no fault to Drew. He earned the right to become the WWE NXT #1 contender. It's just that he hasn't been doing much. I mean, granted, he's been having great promo work. He's gotten better in the ring. I want him to come back with the Broken Dream song so I can do the shh thing once the song hits. But his new entrance theme is whatever. But who I want to win in this match, got to give it to Bobby Roode. It makes sense. That way, when you build up to the next NXT Takeover show, which I'm thinking is going to be in December, if not November. So I would have it where Bobby wins via DQ, and then maybe we get a triple threat out of this. If not, have it where Bobby beats Drew, and then both guys, then Bobby comes out and, then Bobby tries to attack Drew. And then, Roddy comes in and this and that. And then that's when, that's when the match, what we really want it to begin. Also, some honorable mentions in this show. A certain guy by the name, I forgot his name, something about Baby or Adam Crisper, Adam Colleen, Adam Collision. I don't know. This Adam guy. I heard he was part of a group called the the Bullet Rain, the Shell Club, the Elite. The Elite? Oh yeah, and Leo Rush too. Yeah, get my boy Leo Rush into the show. I want to see Leo Rush so bad. And yeah, this is my NXT review. I think this is going to be a solid show. And now we get to the big main event. The main show itself. SummerSlam. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really looking forward to this year's SummerSlam. I may not look forward to next year's. I don't know. Because the SummerSlam excitement and build for 1 or 3 matches, I don't know. You know, it's kind of weird. Is that I remember when I was a kid watching SummerSlam from like up to 04 to 05 and I think 2016. My interest with the company in WWE period has been a love-hate relationship. And it's been with most of you fans out there that have been watching WWE for this long. And I miss those days when you had the Ruthless Aggression and the Attitude Era crowds go nuts for these type of things. But the thing is that how the company has been over the past couple of years and a decade or so has just been completely shocking. But other than that, here's my review of SummerSlam. And the first match is this is what pisses me off already. Excuse me. You have a match between Akira Tozawa versus Neville for the Cruiserweight title. So you decided to put a match from SummerSlam and decided to cut it off anyway. Only to have Akira Tozawa win the title and then have to defend it against Neville anyway? That's not good booking. That's stupid. It's just like you're going around in circles. You don't know what to do. Should we have the title should we have the title match on SummerSlam or should we have it on Raw? You don't know. You should know. This is common sense. You could have built this Cruiserweight title, but of course, as I said before, why even care about the Cruiserweight division if the WWE doesn't put much forth and effort to it? Why even have 205 Live when no one watches it or anyone cares? It's just a prelude to Raw, not Raw being a prelude to what should be 205 Live, and it's just stupid. This is just WWE's way of kind of combating the New Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight division, and that division is even better than this. You know, Titus Worldwide, Akira Tozawa will defend the title against Neville. The match is going to be good, but I don't care because they didn't put forth effort. So if I'm not mistaken, is that the New Day will defend the tag team titles. It's going to be either Big E or Xavier Woods. To me, they should have just done a Freebird rule out of this thing. And that it will be against the Usos in a tag team title match. What type of tag team title match? I don't know. To me, this should have been a TLC ladder match. You know, tables, ladders, and chairs. There should have been this. Because I've seen the Usos in the New Day. They're great. I'm just getting bored. They need to do something different. They need to do something better. And to not have a tables, ladders, and chairs match, or even a ladder match, and let alone a Brooklyn street fight. I'm just throwing it out there, Vince. Throwing it out there, creative. Brooklyn street fight. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Simple. But that's just me, I guess. So, whatever. Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's title. We're going to do what we should have done with Baron Corbin instead of just doing it 5 days before the show. 5 or 4 days. Thanks a lot. So, I say Naomi retains. I mean, no disrespect to Natalya. Love Natalya. I wish she was SmackDown's champion, but they haven't done anything to her, and she's just a vet sitting down. She's basically like Mark Henry. Just there then be not there, and then be there for Battle Royale or whatever. Carmella gets the belt due to interference from that nerd, that skinny guy in Ellsworth. I mean, no disrespect to guy. I don't hate him. You're doing nothing with him. He's not wrestling at all. He's just a dude that's getting friend zoned. He's like Zack Ryder going after Eve Torres, not Eva Marie. I was going to say Eva Marie. Thank God it didn't. You know, he was going to get friend zoned even with Eva Marie. But yeah, you know, Carmella will win in her hometown. That's great. That's good. I'll take it. It's okay with me. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the women's title. Dude, this is a good match. I'm going to say it. It's going to be one of the matches of the night. I hope so. This match should have been a 2 out of 3 falls count, or basically make it an Iron Women's match, or have it be a falls count anywhere for this. Originally, Bayley was supposed to face off against Alexa Bliss, but she was quote-unquote injured. I don't know if she's really injured or if she's not injured. I don't know. But it's sad, and it's clear to me that WWE has fallen with Bayley, and that with Sasha, you know, taking her spot, we will not get the eventual heel turn. But there's a but to this. When Bayley comes out of injury, you know, Sasha would be maybe, a 3-time, maybe 4-time women's champion, or still be the women's champion. You can still do the feud and then build it up towards WrestleMania. It's a logical choice. Have the seeds be planted around, let's say, Royal Rumble, Fastlane, or whatever pay-per-view that's going to come around before WrestleMania. Have it where Sasha retains the belt, or have it where Bayley and Sasha team up. Sasha does the old, nope, not tagging it. Yeah, I ain't tagging myself in there. Nope. And then we would build up, have the match. It's just me just throwing it out there again. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the United States title. Special guest referee Shane McMahon. So pretty much they're still building up towards Owens versus Shane, possibly at Survivor Series. Fine. You know, these guys are good workers. These guys are good, hard-hitting workers. AJ especially, and even Kevin Owens. Both good on the mic. Both get mad love, crowd reactions all day, every day, and that's good. So, what's going to happen after this match is over? I'm guessing AJ is going to move over towards Chad Gable, which, by the way, I would love to see that match. Have those guys go at it. Chad Gable needs a win or something. He needs to get shown, because Jason Jordan is not on the SummerSlam card. And Jason Jordan is no longer his tag team partner, because apparently Kurt Angle decided that that before Sharmell, he found a chocolate woman. He had a lot to drink during that chocolate milk session and bore out his son. But we'll see where that goes. AJ wins all the way with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens taking the fall, thanks to Shane or whatever. We'll see. Orton versus Rusev, or as I call it, Rusev's continual burial for some reason. So, a week or two ago, Rusev and Chad Gable had by far one of the best matches in SmackDown today. And I find it interesting that we're not getting a rematch, because Chad Gable is just going to be sitting backstage at catering, hanging out with the rest of the unsellables, the unusables, like Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. Matter of fact, I have a huge question. Where are they? They were here, they were there. Now they're nowhere. Where's Zack Ryder? This is his hometown. Well, he's from Long Island, but this is his hometown in New York City. Mojo Rawley, where he at? Again, as I said before with these tournaments, man, they don't do anything. You win it, then you don't do anything at all. You're just there. Randy Orton wins because Randy Orton had too many losses. Rusev, I just feel bad for. I just feel it's just as bad as him and Lana, because once they split those two up, that's it. Again, as I said before, what is Lana? Stripper, porn star, prostitute, ballerina, dancer, a random girl. Yeah, let's just go with random girl because she's not doing anything, and plus you're giving her random title shots for no reason. Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore being top of the Shark Tank. Or is it Enzo Amore about to be dropped into a Shark Tank? Or he's already in it. Or he's in a cage, about to be out of the cage, into more shark pits because he's getting heat from backstage. As I said before, Big Cass could do great on his own, but not this too soon. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Big Show is Big Show. That's all I have to say. This match is not going to do anything for me other than hearing rumors that Enzo could be going back to Cass. So, again, this whole split these guys up experiment has failed. Badly. Need I say more? Big Show wins or Big Cass wins. I don't care. I should care about this match. I should be carrying half of these matches on the card. Half of these I don't really care for. The only thing I care for is the tag team title match between the New Day and the Usos, but it sort of ran its course. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha is the only one. Owens and AJ looks like it's going to be good. And then we get to the stupider match. The match that's going to be the nail in the coffin of LOL, Super Cena wins. LOL, Vince doesn't know what he's doing. And that is John Cena versus Baron Corbin, the former 2017 Money in the Bank briefcase holder. I've already said my piece in the previous video, which you should go check out, which has already been done. And then, of course, Nikki Bella's going to be there. So, the question is Cena going to win or is Cena going to lose? The thing with, as I should have mentioned this before in my Baron Corbin failed cash-in, is that WWE makes their heels not even smart. I look at heels like, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Edge, even. Some might say Christian. Jeff Jarrett. God forbid Jeff Jarrett, yeah. Hell, even AJ Styles. All these guys are smart heels. I remember one point, if I do recall, what was it? I can't remember. It was one match with Triple H. And the chamber match, I think, what was it, 2004 Elimination Chamber or whatever, I can't remember. But, yeah, he screwed over Goldberg and won the belt. He had a sledgehammer somewhere hidden in the dang thing. Jericho's even a smarter heel. I hope Baron Corbin wins, but it just goes to show you that this is a lose-lose situation for all parties involved. Cena wins. It breaks the SummerSlam thing. Corbin wins. Where does he go from here? Because after SummerSlam, he's going to get destroyed. Remember, Breakfast Club rules. It's going to rule forever. I don't know how long. But then we get to another match that I think says all of both men entirely. Shinsuke Nakamura's first SummerSlam. And it's against Jinder Mahal, the Maharaja, the WWE champion. If Shinsuke wins, which is going to happen, I want him to win. But what does that mean for Jinder? Does he get he's going to have his rematch clause for sure. But after that, after this whole feud is over, or I don't know if I should call it a feud. I call this a one trick pony show match because we don't have a Money in the Bank winner to cash it in. Sad, really. Really sad. So, Shinsuke is going to win no matter what. Jinder Mahal, if he does retain, I think they're still doing the WWE Indian Tour. I don't know. But what's the point of having Shinsuke win the title and just going to flounder him? He's just going to hold the title like nothing. I mean, when he was NXT champion, he was okay. He was doing fine. He had a good reign. But we all wanted Samoa Joe to win. In this case, it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura, who's going to be just basically, I would say, a placeholder for someone else, John Cena, next year at WrestleMania. And Jinder Mahal is going to end up where he should be, in the back, like everyone else. And by the back, I mean around catering. Not that I'm disrespecting Jinder Mahal. I don't hate Jinder Mahal. I wish he was booked as a champion better than he is now, because it really doesn't make any sense of him just having these short wins using a tall dude that hasn't been around in over a couple of years in WWE just there. And then, of course, you have the Singh brothers, who are just lackeys instead of actually being a tag team. When's the last time we saw the Singh brothers in a tag team match? Other than being in the NXT, whatever, the Cruiserweight title thingy. I don't care. Well, there ain't been any match I've seen of them, or anything I've heard on Twitter or on YouTube. So why should I care? Why do I even care at this point? Then, let's see. The last match, if I do recall. Oh, yeah, the last couple matches. I forgot. There's more matches. 12 matches in this card. God damn. So, oh, yeah, I forgot. For the Raw Tag Team titles, it's Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. The Shield Brothers unite once again. And yet the Hardys are not in this. You brought the Hardys back, and you did nothing with them. You have them win the tag team titles at WrestleMania, which also destroyed Kaz and Enzo. And then you have Sheamus and Cesaro win the tag team titles out of nowhere. Look, I like them as a tag team too, but Cesaro should be in the main event already. But since we got nothing for him to do, and since we replaced Tyson Kidd, who was out of action, period, and you have Sheamus, who was a former WWE champion but was destroyed thanks to, of course, Vince McMahon's stupid booking of having Roman Reigns be your WWE champion and conquering babyface, which failed. Just goes to show you how things are. And he's still in the main event, which I'll get into in a minute. With this tag team match, I'm thinking Dean is going to turn over Seth, because it makes no sense for them to have the tag team titles. I mean, it's just how the mighty have fallen between the two Shield boys. You know, you had Dean Ambrose, he's still a good worker. I'm hearing that he's being lazy and he's not really doing anything. Whatever, I guess. I'm not calling him lazy. It's just that they have nothing for him, and he's unmotivated, and I can see it. Seth Rollins, new music. I think it's cool. Burn it down! Seth Rollins, as I call him now. Burn it down! Rollins, look at him. He's fallen too. What happened? Injury, most likely. And they don't really have anything to do for him anymore. So, yeah, I would go with Sheamus and Cesaro retaining. If not, Dean and Seth. I really don't care about this tag team match. I'm like I said, where's the Hardys? You're waiting on the whole broken gimmick. You got Woken. Use that. I understand that the Revival was supposed to be in it, but one member got hurt and he's out of action for a little while. So do something with the Hardys. I understand they want Jeff away from Matt so that way he can get to singles competition again. But just keep him as a tag team. Just do something with them. I understand that they're a nostalgic act, but still do something with them. And this is the same thing that's happening. That same thing that happened with the Dudleys. And look what happened to them. I was hoping the Dudleys was going to put over Kaz and Enzo. And put over, the club, or as I call them, Guns and Gallows, over at a pay-per-view for the tag team titles. I mean, come on. Doesn't make any sense. Balor versus Wyatt, the Demon versus the Eater of Worlds. All I have to say is Finn Balor wins. Bray Wyatt continues to go down under. I also feel bad for Finn. I mean, a lot of people are starting to turn on him. I still like Finn Balor. I'm still a Balor Club member. That's just me, because I still like Balor. But at this point, they have to do something with him, because he just finished the feud with Elia Orson, and now they moved in a match with him and Balor. This match does nothing for me either. I wish if this was a First Blood match, I would be somewhat excited. But just another match. And then, of course, we get the main event. The main event that everybody's been talking about. The main event that we've all predicted would happen and we knew was going to happen. So, it is Brock Lesnar defending his WWE Universal title, the period belt, versus, the big dog, the Mr. This Is My Yard Now, Roman Reigns, now going up against, also, he is not alone in this fight for the title. It is Samoa Joe, the man that should have won at Great Balls of Fire. And I'll talk about Joe in a minute too. Braun Strowman, the monster among men, the big monster, or as Chase Oliver would call him, Care Bear. I'm calling him Braun. Sorry, I'm just zany. And then of course that's pretty much it. Yeah, Braun Strowman, Fatal 4-Way. Who do I want to win? Who deserves to win? Who should keep the belt? Should Brock keep the belt? Excuse me. In my opinion, I want Joe to win. Because for the past couple of months, when Samoa Joe showed up, he was a dominant force. Became, I think, a 2-3-time NXT champion. Came to the main roster. Re-injured Seth Rollins. Was Triple H's hired gun. All the tools, all these things with Samoa Joe. He had a win-loss streak. It was almost near TNA levels, old TNA, of an undefeated streak with Samoa Joe. But thanks to Roman Reigns, he's added to Roman Reigns' hit list, and the hit list is set and done. Then we got Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman to me also deserves this title because you have to strike while the iron is hot. He's still a popular guy. I think he's moving merch sales, just like Joe. And just having him win it would benefit for him a little bit more, because Braun looks like he's going to be a babyface at some point in time. I don't know when. Maybe not. But I like him as a heel because he's a destructive monster. And dude hurled a chair at Roman Reigns. That's champion material. That's destruction for you. And then we get to Roman. Should he win? I don't think he should win. It's not a good idea. Even though Vince is like, I gotta have him win. No. Because we all know where this is setting up towards. Brock's going to drop the belt to either Joe or Braun. Both men, either or, is going to be particularly a placeholder, a transitional champion for Brock to get it back. Then have Roman win it at WrestleMania. It's going to happen. I mean, look, we had Brock versus Goldberg at Mania this year. And that match did better than their match 15, 17 years ago, man. That match was a disaster. It was a crap fest. But this match here was short, sweet, to the point. Did not take long. Should have been the main event. But it hammered away what needed to be done. Brock holding it. Brock should not hold it for this long. Trust me. It's been a while since we've had a champion defend at a pay-per-view for a while. I mean, I know we had Great Balls of Fire, but like on 2 consecutive pay-per-views or live events, whatever you want to call it. I just want, the title to continuously be there. I'm tired of, part-timers coming in, winning the belt, and then half the guys that either lost to them won't benefit from it, or if they do, they're going to look foolish. For me, Brock should just continue staying in the main roster. I don't like Brock. I mean, I like that he, causes mayhem and chaos because he does that. He's a big, scary dude. And they're talking about if Brock loses the title, he leaves, so does Heyman. And we all know he's coming back for WrestleMania next year. Don't treat us like idiots, WWE. You've done that too many damn times, and I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. And so, with this match, anybody could win it. It could be Braun, Roman, Joe. It's a win-win. And not only that, it gets the title off of Brock for a little while. Brock doesn't have to just sit at home eating a big old steak with a moose hanging around over his head watching TV as he holds the belt, or his kids play with it, or after he's done banging Sable, he can hold it again, or have Sable wear it while they're banging their brains out or whatever. It's a perfectly good opportunity for Joe and Braun to win. I mean, I haven't been excited for a Fatal 4-Way since the last NXT Takeover. I mean, back when, I think, 2014, 2015, when the NXT Takeover show in Fatal 4-Way. That was good. Will this be good? I bet you it will. It's going to be a hard-hitting match. It's the main event. It should be the main event. And I believe this is going to knock it out the park. Like I said, my prediction is Joe will win it. I don't like the fact that they might not spotlight him to win it and he'll just be a transitional champion. But a part of me says Brock is going to hold it a lot longer, which is not a good idea. Because, again, you need to have a title on one of these shows. Not having the Universal title be defended on Raw or on the pay-per-views or whatever is stupid and dumb. The title is more important. Just like John Cena is more important than the WWE title. Because WWE thinks that. They even think that Baron Corbin as the Money in the Bank winner and the briefcase winner is more important. Is John Cena more important than those two things combined? But what do I know? Just a wrestling fan, after all. Just a dumb wrestling fan that loves this sport. But other than that, those are my previews and predictions of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and SummerSlam. Hope to see you guys there. I'll see you guys there. The Mount Vernon kid, and as well as, of course, Malcolm will also be there. Please also follow them on YouTube as well. The link is in the description below. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. I got a Twitter. Still figuring it out what to do with it, sort of. But yeah, this is the 25 Kids saying, love yourselves, take care of each other, love everyone else. Until next episode.